Okay, cool. Just finished off this monthly troll invasion. Going to casually put the XP into Herbalore slash Herbalore, whatever you want to call it, and we get 91 Herbalore, which now means I can make extreme magics. I can open the first stage of an ancient effigy if I happen to get one on this skill, and I can also make some assorted combination potions that I'll probably never make, but I'm going to make a bunch of extreme magics, and this now means I'm 588k XP to go till 91, and at that level I'll probably try to boost for overloads. So I'm going to make it a goal this episode. Let's get 92 Herblore, let's start making the first overload potions, and that's going to be pretty hype if we can get that done. I figured I might as well go for this 80 plus all skills cape as long as I'm fairly close to it, and there's another level 80 skill knocked out of the way. Cooking at level 80, one of the harder, surprisingly, skills in the game because getting fish isn't all that easy. The problem with cooking is, if you're going to get decent fish, you have to fish slower methods like catching monkfish in order to get them, and then your fishing gets way slower. But if you want to fish quickly like barbarian fishing, then you have to get your fish some other ways, so that might be a little bit of a struggle getting a 99 cooking one day. But I got 80, and I think I'm going to get 80 firemaking next because that one is really close as well. Alright, and that's 80 firemaking. One tip when you're firemaking is use these crystal tinder boxes. If you can get them, they make fire spirits 5 times more common, and they're super cheap to repair. So I've been starting to use those, get a few extra charms from firemaking because why not? But another 80 skill to go. Looks like I have, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe 4 skills left to 80 all, and that's going to be a sweet cape to get. Okay, cool. Just got an RC level, which is level 80 RC, which means I can now buy the Wicked Robe Top, get the fully upgraded Wicked Hood, if that's something that I want to do. I've been working on this just because I want to get 80 in all skills, so RC is now fully done, to 80 at least. I still do want to get 90 for Sea Singers eventually, so all I have left for 80 is Divination, which I'm slowly but surely getting through Butterflies, Agility, which is just about there, Thieving, and I think that's it. So I'll go do one of those skills now. I think we can all now agree that Glaciers are massive trolls. That's the third pair of Rage Fires. And counting this in my main account, I've now had 6 or 7 Rage Fires in a row. Yet another placeholder. Okay. Oh my goodness. No way. Same task. Same inventory. More Rage Fire boots. I have 4 Rage Fires on this account. What the heck, man? Just got another drop from Slayer. It's the first Calgarian battle commendation, so this one should unlock the Blood Chiller title, I believe, which is the first Calgarian demon boss that you fight in Daemonheim. So unfortunately I can't use the title because I want to keep my Ironman title, but I have it unlocked now, and it's a rare drop to be achieved from Slayer. Okay, I just finished off that Calgarians task, and one thing that's kind of funny about the Calgarians, as my unicorn seems to be sinking into the ground here, is everyone knows they're great XP, right? But one thing that's awesome about them as well, this task took about 45 minutes. I started this task with nothing in my coin pouch, and now I'm up to 1.6 mil, and it only took about 45 minutes, so these are close to around, maybe a little bit over even 2 mil cash an hour, especially if you get an Onyx drop. I didn't get an Onyx drop this task, but if I had, man, that's some good GP. I never realized they were so good. Solid charms as well. I do still need a lot of GP to get up to 96 summoning because I'm at 90, but there's still 4 mil XP to go till 96, and I only have 1.5 mil cash. So I'm going to have to make a lot more cash for Spirit Shards, obviously, and this task helps me do that. Okay, so I have been getting a ton of Glacier tasks lately. Obviously, I had that task, I don't know, a few tasks ago, where I got the double Rage Fire boots in one task, but my luck at Glaciers has been insane if you can count getting a whole bunch of worthless items, considering, you know, I have 1 pair of Rage Fires, and then after that you don't need any more. They all for 12k. I'm not going to drop trade them over to my main or anything like that, so they're not very useful, but man, these Shards of Armadillo, 17 shards, and I believe this was an 88 Glaciers task, so that's very lucky. I got about twice as many shards as I should have, and also just the charms are insane during this task, so it's really nice getting Glaciers, so many helpful items from them. Time to get another range level, and it's not quite 99, but it is going to be 98, which means I am now 1.2 mil XP away from my first 99, and I'm excited to get that first 99, so it might take a while to get it, but if I continue to get Dark Beast tasks, because these are really good range XP, and I do have them on the prefer list, we could be looking at that first skill cape really soon. This is possibly the most unpleasant thing of all time, but unless you want to go Camp Zammy, this is pretty much the only way to get Wines of Zamorak. Definitely the hardest material, herblore related material to gather for overloads is the Zamorak wines, but pretty much all of the worlds are taken. Even the high total skill worlds, like the 2000 worlds, there's people camping the Zami wines there. So this is what I have been subjecting myself to lately. I have been doing some herblore, preparing to make overloads, and that might happen fairly soon, in fact, because after I make a couple more pots, there is 92 herblore, which means only 4 levels until overloads. 4 levels, that sounds boostable. So yeah, I'm going to get out the spicy stews again and try to get a +4 overload boost, +4 herblore boost to make overloads. Hopefully it won't take long, and hopefully I won't screw up the logging in and logging out so I can maintain a consistent boost and get some overloads made. I have about 115 torstals, I think, so 115 3-dose overloads. That's going to be pretty awesome if I can get those made. Alright guys, it took a while, but I got all the materials ready, and I got the boost, and now I have overloads on an Ironman. I'm not sure why, but I feel so hype over this. This is even cooler than when I got Turmo. It just feels like this is a more difficult goal. Unfortunately, I only had 112 torstals. I do have a few seats I could plan to get a few more, but I was just excited to want to do it, so I now have 84 doses of overload. I still don't have the ability to make flasks because I haven't done that quest yet. I'll get around to that one, but this should last a while. Hopefully I will be able to have a higher herblore level by the time I use these up, so it'll be easier to get the boost, but man, I can't wait to try these out. I'm not sure where I'm going to use them, but I'll think of somewhere. Just finished off another Elves task. Unfortunately, I did not get a attuned crystal weapon seed. That's what I'm doing these Elves tasks for the main part. They're very good herbs and alchemical drops and decent charms as well, but man, I really want to have an attuned crystal staff one day, so that's why I keep doing these tasks. I do have an elite, so I will do that, and I'll be back with the loot, but first, while we're here, while we're in the neighborhood, we might as well just grab another task from Morvaran, and it's not going to be a special assignment. Ganodermic creatures, or as I like to call them, Gandorimic creatures, just for fun. So that's an awesome task. Should get some seeds and some Gano flakes from that. I'll be back with this elite loot. Behind this unlock button lies our destiny. Let's open it. And we get Armadillo Kite Shield. Unfortunately, I couldn't reroll. I'm not sure if I had a reroll chance available. Probably not. But Armadillo Kite Shield, okay. It alks for 32k, not too bad. I got this water battle staff from killing one of the dudes during the clue scroll. Some swamp lizards. Also, I got 98 HP while doing this clue scroll. I didn't record it because it caught me by surprise, but that exists. So I'm very close to possibly the first 99 right there. You know, it also could be range. We'll see. Anyway, I'll probably alk this. I don't think there's any other good uses for it. And another elite done. Time to get hyped for another Slayer level. It's so close to 99. We're at 98 Slayer, and I'm going to continue slaying. I am not going to stop now. So unfortunately, HP is ahead of Slayer, but just barely. HP is, it looks like, about 15k XP ahead of Slayer or something like that. So it does depend on the task, but there are a few tasks where the Slayer monsters give more experience than the hit points. It would be cool to get 99 Slayer for a first overall 99. I'm not going to do Cabbage Face Bunch for XP to get it, though, just because it's not that big of a deal. But there we go, almost 99 Slayer. Time to get another thieving level, and I started off this Pyramid Plunder run really close to 80, and there we go, 80 thieving. And what this means is all I have left to 80 all skills is 60,000 agility XP. That's not too long with the Heaven Voices Saren. That's like, I don't know, 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. And 184,000 divination XP, which is going to take quite a while, but I'll get it done, and we're really, really close to that 80scape. A pretty legendary moment here. I just advanced to summoning level, as you can see in my chat bar. Unfortunately, I missed it. I didn't record it, but we get to do something cool. For the first time ever on this account, I'm getting to open up an Ancient Effigy stage. That's 15,000 free summoning XP, and I'm going to hold on to this Effigy and try to open up the entire thing. The next stage is going to be Firemaking and Cooking. Firemaking is a relatively easy skill, and I'll probably want to train that someday. So I'll keep this Effigy in my bank, and one day I'll get my Firemaking up to the level where you can boost to 93, and we'll continue opening this Effigy. Time for another summoning level. It's during the Amlad Voice of Saren, which is always when I do my summoning, so I'm making some Geyser Titans, and that got me up to 92 summoning. I'm being a little bit impatient with summoning right now. I can make Wolpertingers now, which might be nice to save some extreme magic potions if I ever want to make those. But the goal here is Pack Yak. Still got 3.16 million experience to go, which is a long way to go, but we're getting closer and closer. I probably won't gain another level of this Voice of Saren, and I still do need to gain quite a few charms before I have enough for 96, but we're working on it. Okay, turns out I am going to get another level in this Voice of Saren. There's only like 2 minutes left, so I have to be quick. But 93 summoning, it turns out that I didn't have any talismans left, so I didn't know if I was going to be able to use my blue charms. But using adamant bars is only 3k less XP per inventory for making adamant minotaurs over geyser titans, and adamant bars are way easier to collect. So this is probably how I'll be doing my blue charms in the future, is primarily with adamant bars and any talismans that I get from Slayer as well. Looks like I just got, mostly thanks to these Heaven Serenity posts, my second to last level until 80 in all skills, and that is agility. So I can now do the Dorgish Khan Arena, which is nice because that means I'll get challenges there, and I like the Dorgish Khan Arena. It's pretty cool for an agility training area. Other than that, there's not too much that's exciting about agility. It's not a very useful skill. The level 90 for the Curadel's shortcut might be a little bit nice. But all I have left for 80 all skills is divination. So let's go work on that one. Yeah, boy! Finally, we got ourselves some static gloves. And what this means is I now have the 2 types of automaton gloves that I wanted. Static and whatever the gloves are called for the range. Kind of forgetting it at the moment. But this is awesome. I can now kill the automaton tracers and try to pick myself up a melee set of gloves as well. Awesome. So I got tier 85 magic and range gloves. I only need the boots. Still working on that. Hopefully that will happen sometime though. It's finally time to get the thing we've been working towards all episode, the culmination of our work, the first 99 on this account. As soon as this Ironworth guard dies. So, you know, I'm not entirely sure how this happened. I don't know how it was mathematically possible, but we're going to get Slayer as the first 99 on this account, which is apropos because it's my favorite skill. Slayer is awesome. And Untrimmed Slayer is a pretty cool thing. So we're going to go pick up the cape now, and I might finish this task off later on. But there's the first 99 on the Iron Man. It took a long time. I'm also really close to 99 magic, range, and HP. Those will come in time, but 99 Slayer has been done. So one thing that I kind of feel bad about now is, I know earlier on I said I don't think it was possible for me to get 99 Slayer, but one thing that led to that is I've had a ton of Elves tasks, and how Elves work is they give a ridiculous amount of Slayer XP. They give like 600 Slayer XP, and then only about 650 or 700, something like that, combat XP. So they give way more Slayer XP than they do give hit points, and I believe that's the main reason why I was able to get Slayer, because Slayer just passed hit points with all the Elves that I was doing. Anyway, let's talk to Curadel. Let's get this first cape, the Untrimmed Slayer cape. I'm still somewhat debating on whether to keepsake this or not. I don't really want to waste money on keepsake keys, but Untrimmed Slayer does look cool, so I'll mull over it, I'll debate it. But that's going to be all for this episode. 99 Slayer has been achieved, so the next episode, the goals are pretty clear. I want to get a yak. 2.3 million summoning XP to go. I have about 1.2 million of that banked, if my math is correct. I will be slain for the majority of the charms. I still got to get 99 magic. I still got to get 99 range. Still got to train the combat stats up. One of the best ways to do that is Slayer. So I'm going to continue slaying for a little bit until we get a yak, and that is going to be the goal. And as soon as that happens, we can do our first Araxi kill. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully you are too. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your lives, and farewell.